Welcome to this new HTML5 and CSS lesson. In today's lesson, we will learn about the CSS font properties. Okay, I have this HTML document open. I have two paragraphs and an external style sheet. I'm gonna go to the style sheet and type P for the selector and come in the middle and start working with the first property, which is the font family. And basically the font family sets a font for an element, and we have two types of font family names. We have family names such as Arial, all right, or for instance Times New Roman, like that. Okay, if there is space, you should put quotations like that, and other family names available. Or we can also use a generic family such as serif or sans serif. And it is good practice when we work with the font family to set a family name such as Arial, then set another one just in case it's not supported. The first one is not supported, so we set a second one. Then we add a generic family name in case both are not supported, so we fall back to the generic family font, and here I'm going to use sans serif. Okay, that's a way to work with it. So I'm going to press Ctrl S and go to my HTML and launch it, and there it is. Okay, I'm going to shrink it down, go back here. The second property we're going to work with is the font size, and it goes like that, font size. Okay, and here we have the following sizes, so we can use the size medium, for instance, which is the default. Okay, let me press Ctrl S and refresh here. You would see nothing changed. We can use small, press Ctrl S and go back to my page, refresh it. When I refresh, we should see the size, the font size gets smaller, and that it is. We also have extra small, which is like that, X small, and we also have XX small. Okay, that's one way to set the font size. We also can use large and extra large, like that, X large, and we can use also XX large, like that, XX large. Okay, let's press Ctrl S. Okay, and go back here. Let's refresh, and there it is. Okay. There is another way to set the size of the font. We can use percentage. For instance, I can say 500%. Press Ctrl S, go back, refresh. Okay, or change it to 200%. Press Ctrl S, go back, refresh, and there it is. We can also use the pixels, for instance, 14 pixels. I'm gonna press Ctrl S, go back here, refresh, and that's 14 pixels. I believe the default is 16 pixels. Let me put 16, come back here, refresh, and that's 16. That's the default, I believe, is 16 pixels. We can also use points. So if I do PT for points, press Ctrl S, go back here and refresh, and that's 16 points. Okay, that's the font size, the second property. The other font property is the font style. So let's say font style, and the font style sets the style of the text in an element. We have three possible values. We have normal, which is the default. Okay, if I press Ctrl S and see it, you will see that nothing is going to change. We also have italic, which will italicize the text. If I refresh, and finally we have oblique. Okay, these are the three possible values that we have with the font style property. The next property is font weight, and here we have bold, which makes the text bold. Let me go back here and did I save? Let's go back here, saved. Let's refresh, and it's going to turn everything to bold. Okay, I'm going to change this to normal. Okay, we can also use bolder. So bolder, I'm going to press Ctrl S. Let's go here, and when I refresh, it should get bolder, and there it is. And we have lighter. I'm gonna press Ctrl S to save. Let's go back here, refresh. That's lighter value. We can also use numbers, so we have from 100 to 900. I believe the default is 700, so if I put 700, press Ctrl S, let's go back here, and that's the default. Then the highest number is 900, which will set it to bolder. Press Ctrl S, let's go back here, refresh, and that's bolder. So from 100 to 900, I'm gonna put this 700. The last property is the font variant, and the font variant property sets the variant of the text within an element. We have two possible values, the normal. Okay, let's go back to the page, refresh it, and we also have the small caps, and basically the small caps sets all the letters here to capital letters, as you can see here. Alright, we can do all this in one line. Basically, if I remove all this and keep the font and say the following, for the style I'm gonna say italic, for example. For the weight I'm gonna say bold, and for the what else did we have? For the variant I'm gonna say normal, for example. For the size I'm gonna say 20 pixels, and for the font family I'm gonna say Verdana. And of course I have to end it with generic family, just in case the font is not supported by the browser, so I'm gonna say sans serif. And as you can see, I did not put any colons or semicolons between these values, so I do this. So here there is a rule that we need to be aware of, is that the font family has to be the last, and before it you want to put the font size. Then you can put the other values like that, but the font size and the font family, they have to be last. The font size comes before the font family. Okay, I'm gonna save, go back to my page, refresh, and there we have it. And with this we come to the end of this lesson. I thank you for watching. Have a good day.